Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is IMANE SOPHIA binti Muhammad NASER, and our group has chosen to talk about the judicial system in Malaysia. What is the meaning of jurisdiction? Jurisdiction is what cases that can be brought in the court. Jurisdiction is divided by two. The first one is the civil cases and the second one is the criminal cases. The civil cases is the cases that are not crimes. For example, the accident cases and also the contract cases. The second one is the crime case, which cases that involve crimes. For example, bribes. As we all know, there are a few courts in Malaysia by stages. The lowest one is the magistrate court and the highest one is the federal court. So I'm going to talk about the magistrate court first. Magistrate court is located at every district in every state. So at this magistrate court, any civil cases can be heard that amounting 100,000 ringgit Malaysia claims. And also any criminal cases, all crime offence that can be punished between 5 years imprisonment, also 10,000 ringgit fine and less than 12 YP.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is FARISHA. I will explain about the session court. Court of session is the highest criminal court in a district and the court first instance for trying serious offence, the carrying punishment of imprisonment of more than 7 years, life imprisonment or death. Next, what are the jurisdiction of the session court? What power does the session court have? The Session Court of Malaysia has jurisdiction to try all offence other than offence punishable by death penalty. Its jurisdiction is rather than the magistrate court. A session court is presided by a session court judge. A session court judge is appointed by Yang di-Pertuan Agong on the recommendation of the respective chief judges. The session courts every day except on public holiday. First, criminal jurisdiction. Is it under the section 64 of the Subordinate Court Act 1948 that imposed a limit on the power of session judge by precluding him from imposing the death sentence. Except for the sentence of death, a session court can pass any sentence including natural life sentence. And the second one is civil jurisdiction. Section 65 of the Subordinate Court Act 1948 provide the session court. The point is unlimited jurisdiction to try all action and suit of a civil nature in respect of motor vehicle accident, law internet and distress. Second point is jurisdiction to try all action and suit of a civil nature where the amount in dispute or the value of the subject matter does not exceed 1 million. And the last point is jurisdiction to try all action and suit of a civil nation for the specific performance or restitution of contract or for cancellation or rectification of entrustment. However, there are exceptions to the above. The session court has no jurisdiction in the action, suit or proceeding relating to immovable property, for account, for declaration of decrees, for the issue and revocation of grade of representation of the extent of deceased person or the administration of depreciation. Therefore, wherein the legitimacy of any person is in question, wherein the guardianship or custody of infant in question, and wherein the validity or dissolution of any marriage is in question. The last one is the function of the session court. The session court is the highest criminal court of the district. It deals with cases that concern serious offences such as murder, robbery, and deceit. It has the power to grant death sentence or life imprisonment, but only after consulting the High Court in such regard.
Hi, my name is Fatihah binti Rahim, and I will talk about the High Court. The High Court in Malaysia are the third highest court in the hierarchy of court, and there are two chief judges in the High Court. The first in Peninsular Malaysia, which contain 45 judges in Justicial Commission. Second in Sabah and Sarawak, which has 11 judges and Justicial Commissioners. The jurisdiction to all civil matters include bankruptcy or winding up matters, property, and administration of the estate of deceased person, where the amount is dispute exceed 250,000. The High Court has the jurisdiction to try these civil matters where the cause of action occur within Malaysia, or the defendant live or has his business in Malaysia, or the fact on which the action are exist within Malaysia, or any land the ownership of which is disputed is located within Malaysia. The High Court may hear appeal from the magistrate and session court in both civil and criminal matters. In criminal jurisdiction, the High Court may hear all matters but generally confine itself to offence on which the magistrate and session court have no jurisdiction. For instance, offence which carry the death penalty. The court in Malaysia are heading towards specialization. This move is fueled by the desire to provide the best service to the public in the form of dispensing justice fairly, speedily, and effectively. In the High Court in Malaysia at Kuala Lumpur, specialization is done by categories the High Court into Criminal Division, Appeal and Special Power Division, Civil Division. High Court judges are assisted by Deputy Magistrate and Senior Assistant Magistrate, and each division is on registry. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is ROSHAFIZATUL binti RUZAIMI. So today I'm gonna talk about Court of Appeal. First of all, what is it about? In the UK, a law court that makes decisions relating to legal cases in which people do not accept the decision of lower court. The Court of Appeal generally hears all civil appeal decisions of the high courts except where against judgment or orders made by consent. The Court of Appeal also hears appeals of criminal decisions of the High Court. It is the court of final jurisdiction for cases which begin in any subordinate courts. What is the Higher Court of Appeal? The Supreme Court is the highest court within the hierarchy of courts in many legal jurisdictions. In Malaysia, judges of the subordinate courts are addressed as Tuan or Puan or Your Honour. Judges of the superior courts are addressed as Yang Arif. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad AFIQ bin Salman. So I will talk about the Federal Court for our group. So the Federal Court of Malaysia is the highest judicial authority and the final court of appeal in Malaysia. Its decision binds all the courts below. The Federal Court consists of a president style as the Chief Justice, called the Lord, formerly called the Lord President, the President of the Court of Appeal, the two Chief Judge of the Higher Court in Malaysia and Sabah and Sarawak, and presently 6 Federal Court Judge. The Federal Court is heard by 3 judges or such a greater uneven number of judges as the Chief Justice may determine in some particular case. The Federal Court has the exclusive jurisdiction to determine all civil and criminal appeals from the Court of Appeal. In civil appeals, a litigant may appeal on a point of law the rejection of admission of evidence in lower court. In criminal case, an appeal may be made against acquittal or conviction or against sentences on a point of a law or fact. Disputes on any other question between state or between the federation and any state of the federal. Any constitutional question which have arisen in the proceeding of the High Court but referred to the Federal Court for a decision. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong may refer to the Federal Court for its opinion any question as to the effect of any provision of this Constitution which have arisen or appears likely to arise, and the Federal Court shall pronounce in open court in opinion on any question so referred to it. So that's all for me. Thank you.